I'm just going to quickly quote from the tweet that has been put up by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he goes on to say that Shri Mulayam Singh Yadav ji was a remarkable personality. He was widely admired as a humble and a grounded leader who was sensitive to people's problems. He served the people diligently and devoted his life towards popularizing the ideals of Loknayak JP and Dr. Lohia, unquote. So that is the tweet that is coming on part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Also, the reactions that are coming in as far as the leaders there are not just from the Samajwadi Party. Mr. D. Raja is also with us. As we were talking about, Mr. D. Raja, that how popular Mulayam Singh Yadav has been, especially when it comes to cutting across all party lines there, and he had a good relationship with the top leaders as well.
Firstly, it is very sad. Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav is no more. He was one of the most respected senior leaders of our country. I had worked with him when at the time of United Front formation and United Front government, and he used to be so affectionate to me. A couple of days back, I had been to Medanta Hospital in Gurugram. I had met Mr. Akhilesh. I met Mr. Shri. I returned that he would recover and come out, but this is very sad to hear this demise of Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav. He was one of the very committed leaders for the cause of backward class people and downtrodden poor people, and he was a very respected leader. Now we have lost him, and I hope that Mr. Akhilesh will gain more courage to carry forward his father's legacy and commitment. On behalf of our party, the Communist Party of India, I pay my solemn homage to Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav, and I give my respects to him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raja, for joining us here on the broadcast. Mr. Atul Anjan is also with us. How would you remember Mulayam Singh Yadav ji?
I have lost one of my dearest elder politician friend. When I was a Lucknow University Student Union President in 1978, since then our relation grew very fastly. And there was a time when we were together on many issues. He used to respect like anything to me. I don't want to tell it. He was the only chief minister in Uttar Pradesh. Whenever I go to meet him, he used to receive me on his gate, and he used to send me off at his gate. That was ever, you see, he has done to any of the other politician. Whenever he used to telephone me and say, come on morning, from Sefai village, some sweets have come, laddus have come, let us have together breakfast. We had a very good relation. He always tried to help me, but I always declined his help. But one of the things, he used to speak even his family problems with me, that much closeness we had. And in the Lucknow, in Samajwadi Party, people know that how close I was him. I lost a very senior political friend of mine. I think the people of this country lost a very big leader. He was among the tallest leader of the Indian politician, and he worked throughout his life for the marginalized people, especially the people of rural India, for the poor and marginalized farmers.
Absolutely, still representing Mainpuri Lok Sabha seat there. Thank you very much, Mr. Atul Anjan. Mahesh Sharma ji bhi hamare paas phone line pe jud rahe hain. Mahesh Sharma ji, we're just reading out the condolences and the tributes that have been poured in and also paid by Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
जी. Hello.
जी sir. Mahesh Sharma ji, आपको आवाज आ रही है sir? जी.
Today we have lost a person who was in the roots of the socialist politics and ground-related politics. He was taller than the politics, and I think people of this country, and especially the Uttar Pradesh, will remember him forever, and especially the Karyakartas, the ground workers who were with him. He used to act like a guardian, like a parent. I had a close exposure with him for a long time, and I have seen when he called a worker that what happened to you. The worker said, I had some amount and which I lost during my political election. I lost the election. He called another person who was probably an industrialist and asked him to do help to that worker, that again, khade ho jao dobara se. He was such a person. Even a smaller worker of his party could call him directly that such policeman is troubling me, that I'm in trouble, help me. And he used to help me. He used to respond to his call. He used to pick up his phone even directly also. He was a leader who will be remembered in the coming times. My tribute goes to him, and definitely he was a political leader of his time, which remembrances will be forever in the political career of India.
Absolutely. Mahesh Sharma ji, thank you very much for joining in and remembering a leader like Mulayam Singh Yadav, a tall leader there, cutting across party lines, as he has had very good relations, of course, when it comes to the leaders from the opposition or other political parties as well. There is another tweet that has come across from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he has gone on to share pictures of him along with Netaji Mulayam Singh Yadav, and he goes on to remember, and I quote, that I have had many interactions with Mulayam Singh Yadav ji when we served as chief ministers of our respective states. The close association continued, and I always looked forward to hearing his views. His demise pains me. Condolences to his family and lakhs of supporters. Om Shanti, unquote. So that is on part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Even when it comes to the pictures that he has tweeted, and that goes back to several years when he says that both of them were serving chief ministers of the respective states, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi served the chief minister of Gujarat. But there has been an extreme closeness in the relations when it comes to tall leaders like Mulayam Singh Yadav and other tall leaders in the political aspect that we've been witnessing, Madhav. And that is the close association that is being witnessed today, as many of them are coming out to mourn the demise of Mulayam Singh Yadav.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Mulayam Singh Yadav is certainly a figure who commanded respect across the political lines. And certainly, of course, we are seeing that, as you rightly mentioned, not just regional leaders, but several others who have come out to express their condolences at the passing of Mulayam Singh Yadav, somebody who has been a very, very important leader, not just in the politics of Mandal or representation of OBCs that we've seen, in fact, come to the forefront through the 80s and the 90s, but also someone who has pretty much held out on his own. He was part of the Janta Parivar, as we were discussing earlier, but despite that, managing to forage on his own through the state of Uttar Pradesh with the formation of the Samajwadi Party, someone who has in fact worked with various political parties, including the BJP and the BSP originally even, although the relationship with the BSP has seen several sharp ups and downs, but clearly, of course, someone who had managed to hold sway over the politics at the central level, despite starting from very, very humble beginnings. Who was associated with the field of wrestling and also teaching later, and then going on to in fact form a very, very important and a very key party which even today holds sway over the politics of Uttar Pradesh. The Samajwadi Party may have not been successful in the second consecutive election this time around in Uttar Pradesh, but certainly, of course, is a huge force to reckon with in the state of UP. Of course, Mulayam, as a three-term chief minister, has held sway over the politics of the state and has also had to play a very, very key role here at the center. He has served as defense minister through the United Front government, where both the prime ministers, I.K. Gujral and H.D. Devagowda, he has worked with. And following that as well, various key issues, Mulayam Singh Yadav has played a very key, important role. The issue of Sonia Gandhi's foreign origin, for instance, which was raised in the late 90s following the United Front government, when there was an attempt to form a government, was one of the issues that Mulayam Singh Yadav himself has raised. Also, the entire issue of the Indo-US nuclear, when the left decided to pull out its support from the UPA-1 government after working with them for 4 years, it was Mulayam Singh Yadav and the Samajwadi Party who in a last-minute turnaround managed to save the UPA government by extending support to the then Manmohan Singh-led government. So several such important roles that Mulayam Singh Yadav has played at different times throughout. Of course, several of his decisions have been extremely controversial as well, as far as the Ram Janmabhoomi, ordering of firing against Karsevaks is concerned. That is one of the issues which the BJP and the DHP raised right until this day. But nevertheless, despite those political differences as far as the administrative role of Mulayam Singh Yadav and his service as Chief Minister is concerned. Still, he has managed to have his own way of reaching out to leaders of various political parties, and someone who pretty much was respected and admired around for the role that he has played and for his stellar role in politics, in fact, for the last 4.5 to 5 decades or so, where he has, in fact, been able to reach out to those across the entire political spectrum. In UP, certainly no leader of his seniority or his level, that in fact would be seen. For Samajwadi Party members in particular, this would be an extremely difficult day for them to come to terms with, because for them, Netaji, as he was popularly known, is everything as far as their politics is concerned. Mulayam Singh Yadav also, as I was saying, apart from a key role in terms of the politics of the OBCs, the politics of Yadav, also forging that alliance of Muslim Yadav, which was seen as very, very key to the fortunes of the Samajwadi Party, because these are two vote bases that stood very firmly with the Samajwadi Party. Of course, despite the fact that many other political parties and formations did try to, in fact, make a dent in these
ब्रजेश पाठक जी भी हमारे साथ फोन लाइन पर जुड़ रहे। ब्रजेश पाठक जी, हम देख रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से पॉलिटिकल लैंडस्केप अगर उत्तर प्रदेश में बदला है तो मुलायम सिंह यादव जी को काफी क्रेडिट जाता हुआ नजर आ रहा है, बट आज नेताजी की खबर आ रही है, दुखद समाचार कि आज वो नहीं रहे।
बहुत ही दुखद समाचार है। आदरणीय मुलायम सिंह जी का निधन बहुत ही दुखद है और बहुत बड़े सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता थे वो, और उनके निधन से अपूर्णीय क्षति हुई है। और हम लोग ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि उन्हें अपने श्री चरणों में स्थान दें और परिवार और उनके अनुजनों, उनके परिजनों के साथ साथ उनके अनुयायियों को इस असहनीय पीड़ा को सहने की ताकत दें।
धन्यवाद आपका ब्रजेश पाठक जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए।